What is going on, people? It's HMK once again, and here is the hectic analysis for the new Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue TGS trailer. And I gotta say, this trailer is ballin', and I'm pretty sure that everyone who saw this trailer agrees that this is ballin'. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, this trailer is so good. We got a lot of cool, interesting story pieces to it. And for the most part, this trailer is kind of CG. They did incorporate a lot of CG elements from the upcoming 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, and they included a new remix of Simple and Clean called the Ray of Hope mix. So you won't be hearing it on this analysis because yeah, Sony. But let's continue. Let's go on and let's do this. Yeah, let's do it, guys. Yeah, come on, let's go. First of all, we get the ERCB rolling, and look, we have the kids, Sora, Riku, and Kairi as children, but this isn't really in the Kingdom shader. This is like from the CG movie effects that they do in prior games. And you know, for the most part, I thought they were just gonna, you know, do away with this ever since we got the advent of the Kingdom shader, but it looks like for 0.2 they're gonna still incorporate, you know, the CG movies and whatnot, because I thought, you know, there wasn't really a need for this after they show off the Kingdom shader. Alright, so we see Sora looking down into the waters of Destiny Islands, and then you see Aqua standing on water in a really nice, serene, you know, this is wallpaper magic right here. So we see her looking at her little wayfinder, and she's sad because, you know, bad things happen in Birth by Sleep. Spoilers. She falls into the water, very similar to how Sora fell into the water in the first game. Like, she falls down, and then which leads to his descent to Heart, or, you know, fall to the Station of Heart. And then she's falling down, and then you see the Station of Awakening, which has Sora on it. But the one thing that everyone really needs to understand, one thing that I need to point out, is that this is not Sora's Station of Awakening, and it's not Aqua's Station of Awakening. This, if you guys remember, is Roxas's Station of Awakening. When he falls down and, you know, when he does the dive to Heart, this is where he goes to, he sees Sora and his friends and all that stuff, and then he's like, you know, a sleeping Sora. This is Roxas's Station of Awakening. Does this mean anything? I am not sure, because, you know, we already have connections that Terra is connected to Naminé, Ventus is connected to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Is Aqua connected to Roxas in any type of way? Nomura, please, like, my boy, like, chill. So this is Roxas's Station of Awakening. Aqua is falling to it, and then the light shines, and now we have the intro to the actual game. Here we have Dream Drop Distance HD, which will run in 60 frames per second, 1080p on the PlayStation 4. I'm really excited for that. At E3, this game looked really good, and I'm ready. So, I mean, for the most part, it's nothing really new. Like, we have things we've seen in the game, you know, it just looks a lot better. Now we have 0.2. I gotta say, this moment in 0.2, aside from the trailer where we see Riku, Kairi, and Mickey, I gotta say this right now, this looks a lot better than that last trailer. It just, you know, the hair, the lighting, everything looks a lot better to me. Now we see Aqua looking upon the Castle of Dreams, the Cinderella world, but, you know, I think she's still within, you know, going from Cinderella's house to the castle, because, you know, in Birth by Sleep it was rummaged around with a lot of forestation and flowers and all that good stuff. So it looks like, you know, she's making her way from Cinderella's house to the castle, as we saw in Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. She sees the castle in the distance, but it's very far away, so it looks like she's closer now. You know, she's making her way to the castle, making her way downtown, walking fast, faces past as she's homebound. Not really. But yeah, so now we see just Aqua looking sad, you know, because she's sad, and Aqua striking a gear, which helps the hands on the clock move, which is part of the E3. You know, every single 0.2 demo that's been out, you know, you have to not click, but you have to hit these gears in order to make the clock go forward, or I should say backward, so the bridge doesn't get destroyed and you can reach the Castle of Dreams, which was part of the demo. And as you see, she's at the foot of the Castle of Dreams right there, and that's where she meets Terra, the fuckboy. And yeah, now we see Ventus in, and we'll see this later on in the trailer, but Ventus is sleeping in the casket, the glass casket that Snow White was in. I'll go in a little more into that later. And it looks like she's here in the Dwarven Woodlands in the castle of the Wicked Witch, and she's looking at the magic mirror, but it looks dusty and rusty. It looks really bad. Like, she's looking into it, it's just there. And now we see Aqua preparing for battle, and this is you see a lot of thorns right here. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the Enchanted Dominion, but we see this again later on in the trailer, and I'm gonna, you know, point that out. And now we see Daybreak Town with Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. We see And okay, see, this is the thing about this trailer. I've already seen it and I'm breaking it down. We finally have confirmation that there's 2 people in black coats and organization coats, and you can see that in the box art, and that added a lot of confusion to fans, because Nomura said, oh, the dude in the black coat here in this moment talking to Unicornus is the Master of Masters, but in the Kingdom Hearts key the Kingdom Hearts key ending, you see a guy in a black coat summon Xehanort's Keyblade, and you know he's addressed as Luxu, the 6th member of the apprentices the one that did not become a foreteller. He's wearing a black coat too. And now we found out, yeah, these 2 people are different, and you know, you will see later on in this trailer. But at this moment in time, according to Nomura, this person right here talking to Unicorns is the Master of Masters. And now we see a bunch of Keyblade wielders from Kingdom Hearts Key face a dark side, and they all have the Starlight Keyblade. Man, all these guys are gonna get smoked. Welcome to Kingdom Hearts, people! You're all gonna die! But yeah, and now we see the 5 foretellers: Unicornus, Vulpius, Anguius, Lepardus, and Ursus talk to a dude in a black coat. I'm gonna assume the way that, you know, the way he's standing and the way that, you know, they're all just looking at him. This dude is the Master Masters, and now Luxu. And now you see a Kirthi in a bubble, and he's pointing to it. You can see right there his finger. He's all like, okay, this is a Kirthi. This guy is gonna help you in your union. We don't know the extent of this conversation, but you can see that Kirthi is in the bubble. The Master Master's pointing at him. He's probably, you know, saying that, okay, this is what this thing is. You're all gonna get one. Everyone's gonna get one. You know, go nuts. Next up, we see Vulpius and my boy Ephemera. Oh man. Ephemera looks so good in the Kingdom shader, but right now I'm gonna say right now that we do not see Skuld in this trailer. I'm really excited to see what Skuld looks like in Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, if she is going to appear. But this is Ephemera, or Ephemera, whatever you want to call him. And then we see various stills of Angus having a conversation with Unicornus, and now we have the dude with this. This is Luxu. He is the original owner of Xehanort's Keyblade, which has, you know, been nameless for the longest. And now we see Anguius talk to a person in a black coat. Given his height and, you know, the Master, I'm gonna, you know, assume the Master is older than all of them. Yada yada yada. And I'm pretty sure this might be the Master. But another interesting thing to point out is that this is the first time we see Anguius with her veil down, so we can see her mouth and whatnot, which is interesting. You know, I don't know why it's down. Like, she pulled it down. Are they gonna kiss? I don't fucking know. But yeah, this will continue, right? And now we see Vulpius. She's running. And then fighting between Ursus and Anguius. Ah! Okay, so moving on. Now we see the new CG elements of 0.2. We see the Wayfinder fall down into Aqua's hands. And then we see Terra and Ventus. And their Wayfinders just drop because they disappear. Because, you know, horrible shit happened to them. And I gotta say, Terra looks a lot better than he did in 0.2. But I like to point out that this is that CG movie style that Kingdom Hearts has been known for, not the Kingdom shader. So I mean, he looks a lot better, but this is not the Kingdom shader yet. And then we see Ventus as well, and they're fading away into the darkness, and Aqua's like, no! And then what's really cool is that we see like darkness elements or whatever, like dark, like, you know, darkness clouds just, you know, running around or whatnot. But you can see in the background, these are the thrones in where Nothing Gathers, which is part of the organization. You know, the tower that never was. I don't know, the tower never was. The castle never was. And this is where all the organization members meet. But now the new Secrets of Darkness, this is where they're meeting. And other than the little, you know, dark clouds are just, you know, running around and shit, you can actually see like dark orbs fall into place on certain thrones, which I'm gonna assume they're, you know, they're Xehanort pieces. There's fragments of Xehanort's heart. You know, they represent the Secrets of Darkness are falling into place. You know, we have a bunch of them right here. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, yeah, 6, which is well, here, because, you know, we transition into another screen. So like at this point we see 6, which represent probably Xehanort, young Xehanort, Ansem, Xemnas, Braig, and Isa. But then we keep going and we see 1, 2, 3, 4 more, which is like, you know, 10, but we do have to equal 13 Secrets of Darkness. At this point we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still see 10, but you know, there are 13 Secrets of Darkness. But I'm pretty sure the scene will continue. It was just probably cut down and transitioned for the trailer, because we can see the transition where Aqua goes up to Terranort and Ventus, and he's like, oh, my friends. And these two like kind of like went dark for a while and burnt by sleep. and they're about to attack her with a Xehanort's Keyblade and the Keyblade. And yo, this looks balling as well. This is like another fucking background right there. And they're about to stab, stabby, stab, 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 double D. They're about to stab Aqua, but Aqua seems to back up or get hit or whatever. And, you know, it's funny because the Keyblade is a lot longer than Xehanort's Keyblade, so I don't know why, like, Terranor's like, yeah, I'm gonna stab you, then, like, Ventus is like, boy, my Keyblade is, like, way longer than yours, and he's like, but I'm trying, but, yeah. So, we keep going, we see, gameplay and videos from Dream Drop Distance. For the most part, this isn't anything new, so I'm just gonna, you know, continue it forward. We see, Sora activating Tornado, Riku activating his Dream Mirrors. But one thing that a lot of people noticed, and one thing I've noticed as well, is that there is no drop meter in the gameplay. So a lot of people are like, yo, no more dropping, no more dream dropping. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the drop meter really fucked me up during boss fights. And if you were to drop during a boss fight and then you do the boss fight again, the boss has like the full health. So you could about to kill a boss and then drop, and then you have to fight the whole boss all over again. But it looks like they're taking away the drop meter. But that's weird. So, like, are you going to be able to manually switch between Sora and Riku? We still don't know. Or we have to complete it entirely from Sora. Like, kind of like, you know, Rechain the Memories, where you play Sora's side completely, and then you play Riku's side completely. I kind of liked dropping in the sense where you switch between players, like, every now and again. But it looks like you might have to complete each person's story straight through instead of switching between them. Alright, so now we see Aqua walking up to the glass casket where Snow White was in, and I'm pretty sure this is the Dwarven Woodlands because, I mean, where else is the casket gonna be? And you see Ventus. I'm gonna say right now, Ventus looks a whole lot better than Terra ever did in the Kingdom shader. I think my boy Ventus looks good in the Kingdom shader, man, but boy, look at them ears though. Those ears are huge, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so you see Ventus sleeping in the glass casket. I'm pretty sure at most it's going to be an allusion to Aqua's predicament. You know, she's seeing, she sees figments of her own imagination. She saw Terra in the demo, and now she's seeing Ventus in the glass casket, and like, oh my god, Ventus, no, my friend. And now, this is a scene where Aqua comes into contact with the magic mirror, and the magic mirror is like playing tricks on her, and then like you can see right away the background is very similar to the magic mirror boss fight in Birth by Sleep, and the mirror image of Aqua is like, your heart is so hollow that it must be a demon's. Only your heart can be as hollow that of a demon's, or something like that, you know, along those lines. So she summons the Keyblade ready to fight Aqua, and Aqua's like, that's not true, my heart is strong, I'll prove it. And she's about to fight herself. And now we see, I'm pretty sure the Masters once again, because, you know, Nomura pointing this out. So we see the Master talk to Unicornus, and then he says, do you really believe that the world could be saved by 7 people? Guys, remember that, please. Like, 7 people, 7 Guardians of Light. Nomura, Kingdom Hearts, can you not please? So, like, he says, do you really believe the world can be saved by 7 people? And the 7 people I'm pretty sure that he's referring to is the 5 foretellers, Luxu, and himself, the Masters. They're all, you know, they make up 7 people. The Masters and the 6 apprentices he had, one that did not become a foreteller, and the other 5 that became foretellers. So, you know, we gotta save the world. And then Unicorn's like, we at least have to try. Come on, please. So that's the 7 people, and I'm pretty sure that's a heavy allusion to the 7 Guardians of Light. You know, trying to save the world against Xehanort, 13 Seekers of Darkness, 7 Guardians of Light. We must at least try. And then here is Aced the fuckboy, and he wants to make an alliance with 3 foretellers. But right now, the only one confirmed to, you know, be part of that 3 that he's talking about seems to be Vulpius. I'm pretty sure it might be Lepardis as well, but I mean, as we saw in another figment of another trailer, Ursus got smoked. Not Ursus got smoked. Lepardis got smoked by Ursus. So maybe maybe this is when he's trying to like tell them, it's like, hey, listen, let's make an alliance. But I mean, Vulpes wasn't there at the time, because you see her running there. It's like, oh no, why has this come to this? Oh. So we keep going, and then Lepardis is like, no, I must only trust myself. And, you know, that's where the betrayal sets in. And then Angus is like, which will lead to the Keyblade War. And then we have gameplay of Aqua. And this is the Dwarven Woodlands. This is the mine, you know, hi ho. But I gotta say, that background, my god, that background is so trippy. I love it, man. It looks great. I love this game. Man, this game was so good. And then we see Aqua just spamming the hell out of some blizzard spells like Blizzaga, 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 and you see her magic going down. And she keeps doing Blizzaga. And now she keeps doing Blizzaga, and now we have a triangle button command, which is Blizzagun, which a lot of people, consider to be the above spell of Blizzaga. We have Blizzard, Blizzara, and Blizzaga, and now we have Blizzagun. But I'm kind of sad that it doesn't turn it into Blizzaza, because in Dream Drop Distance we got the Z spells like Stop Z and Zero Gravity Z, right? So it looks like it won't be Blizzaza, but maybe the Z spell is after Gun, which kind of doesn't make sense. But it goes like Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga, Blizzagun, and then Blizzaza. But if you press triangle at this moment, you're gonna activate Blizzagun. You have 26 to do so. But we don't know how powerful Blizzagun is really going to be. It's probably going to be powerful as hell, knowing Aqua, being a magic master or whatnot. And then we see these Heartless, which are very similar looking to the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts 3, the water ones. But they don't have the water, they don't have the water bubble around them. See, they look very similar to the water ones. I'm pretty sure they might be. I mean, you can see water on the ground, a little bit of puddles or whatnot. But is that enough for them to concentrate and make water bubbles? I don't know. But we're gonna have to wait and see. And then she's activating like 2 Firagas. Man, Aqua with the magic, like chill. And then here we go with the Thundaga, which looks great. Man, all the spells look so great in this game. And we can see drive, bubbles, and health drops occur in this game. There's no money drops because, I mean, she's in the realm of darkness. Where is she gonna buy shit from? All right, but we do know there are it's not drive drops, there are focus drops, magic drops, and HP drops. All right, and now we see her attacking like the mirror Aqua, or I should say the dark Aqua, or like Phantom Aqua or whatever. And there she has the Blizzard, not the Blizzard, but the barrier spell, which reflects all those stuff, and she's Gucci. And now she goes off and attacks her Shadow. So it looks like this is another boss fight aside from the Devil's Swarm. The Devil's Swarm and what was it called? It was called the Devil's Swarm, like the Devil's. No, the Devil's Wave. There you go. There it goes. The Heartless Swarm was called the Devil's Wave. All right, so you see here, there's another boss fight other than the Devil's Wave, which is like that Heartless Swarm that we saw in the first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. And now we are once again in the trip. Yo, what's with the... Yo, I love the Realm of Darkness. Yo, at first, the Realm of Darkness seemed kind of lame in Birth by Sleep, where you play Aqua's Secret episode. But now, look, the Realm of Darkness is so trippy. I'm ready. And now, she seems to be attacking a pillar, which is going to open up. And when she does that, the pillar... If you go inside the pillar, it flips over. As you can see, there's a hole in the pillar now. It flips over, and now you're upside down, and you continue the level. Oh, God, this thing is so trippy, man. Dude, motion sickness to the max, I gotta say. And then Ursus goes and grabs Leopardus, and he's like, how could you say that? We don't even know who the traitor is. I'm like, boy, if you don't get your hands off me, I'm gonna dude, fucking Asset. Yo, fuck this dude, man. God, what a fuck boy. We don't know who the real traitor is. How can you say it? Like, dude, get your fucking hands off me, man. I will fight you. That's probably the reason why Leopardus end up fighting this dude, because look at this guy. Is like, join my team or die. Dude, get the fuck, man. Did you wash your hands? Bust out the hand sanitizer, bitch. Shit. Alright, and then we have Vulpius pleading to Angius, and then she's saying, did you think for 1 minute that your actions could have affected this a lot worse than, made this situation a lot more worse than it already is? And then here we go. Finally, we see 2 people in organization codes. This is the Master of Masters, and the one that's holding Xehanor's Keyblade is Luxu, or Lushu. Luxu. I can't wait for him to pronounce his name so I can put an end to this crap. So he's going through the Book of Prophecies, and he's saying, alright, you better get started, but unfortunately from here on out, you're going to have to do this alone. And then he closes the book, and you can see that's obviously the Book of Prophecies because it has the insignia of the Book of Prophecies on it. And Luxu's like, but what about the others? So it looks like, Luxu, it looks like no one's really that, like, evil in Kingdom Hearts Key when it comes to all of these, Keyblade wielders, the masters, the foretellers, or whatnot. It looks like none of them are really evil because, they seem to be careful in order to a degree. And Luxu's are like, what about the others? I'm concerned. But the Master's like, listen, you're going to have to go on without them. It's going to suck. They're going to get smoked because, they're just going to end up killing each other in the end. And if you guys didn't play Kingdom Hearts Key, Luxu's mission is to observe what happened, what the foretellers will do in terms of responding to the threat of a Keyblade war. And the war is going to happen, the world will be destroyed, and Luxu is tasked with surviving the war and going off into the world after the Keyblade war. And I'm pretty sure this is the task that the Master is telling him about. It's like, you better get started, you know, you're going to have to go alone from here. The rest of your friends, they're going to die. And then he's like, but what about the others? And like, sucks to suck. So, I mean, it looks like he does, you know, show some sort of degree of, you know, compassion towards his comrades. To the point is that, like, you know, what about them? They're gonna die. What about, like, so I'm supposed to go alone? And like, yeah, you know, sucks, but that's what's gonna happen. So we don't know what is the true intentions of the Master when it comes to all of this Keyblade war nonsense. But it looks like we are gonna get answers in back cover, which I'm hella excited for. So we're gonna continue on, and we see Aqua falling into the darkness, and then she's like, now I can become one with darkness. Aqua grabs the Wayfinder, not Aqua, but Mickey, you know, his four-fingered ass fuckboy, and then he's all like, Aqua, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm great. It's not like I've been, like, looming around the realm of darkness for 10 years, Mickey. How about you save me, huh? But we know you don't. We know you don't. But what probably is going to happen is that Mickey probably wants to save Aqua, you know. From this scene, I kind of gathered that Mickey wants to save Aqua, but then Aqua chooses to stay behind because there's probably a threat within the realm of darkness that Aqua wants to take care of. So Mickey had to leave her behind against, you know, his own will. He wants to save her, but Aqua chooses to stay behind. This is probably what's gonna happen, because in the next scene we see a bunch, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark sides. Does that number mean anything? Probably not. But you see them, you know, making big balls of darkness, or big balls of him. This is very similar to what the Darkness Storm looks like, and we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 orbs of darkness, making one big ass orb of darkness. So I mean, in total, it's like 13. And what is this area? This is, you know, this is Enchanted Dominion. You can see all of the thorns everywhere, and in the background right here, I'm pretty sure this is Maleficent's castle. You can see the bridge, the rickety ass bridge here, and, like, you know, the movement going up here. That's Maleficent's castle. It looks nasty as shit. So this is probably Enchanted Dominion. Yeah. And then the trailer just goes on and ends with Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. And then we have the release date, which is in English. The English release date is 2017, January 24th, which is a whole whopping 12 days after the Japan release date. That's like almost 2 weeks. My God, internet, I will stay away from you. Spoilers, fuck that noise. But yeah, so looks like that is all there is to it, to the trailer. I'm pretty sure I covered everything I could, or at least most of it. This game, I'm really, you know, a lot of people already said that this game is very exciting. I've been more excited for this game than I've ever been, period. I'm actually more excited for 2.8 than I was for 1.5 and 2.5. So I am ready to see what is new in 2.8. So come January, I am so ready. But I want to know what you guys think of this analysis. Did I miss anything? Please leave what I missed in the comment section below. If you have any other things, connections or whatnot, please leave them in the comment section below. Until the next video, please subscribe to HMK for more Kingdom Hearts 2.8 content and Kingdom Hearts 3 content. And until the next one, I've been HMK, and I will check you guys later.